Welcome back to Invest Global. Today we're focusing in on Dao Maker. Now, this project essentially allows you to take venture capital, what we know in the legacy finance system, and decentralize it, right? So have people who most likely would have never been able to access venture capital, whether it's funding or actually being an investor. This is so important, right? So this is something that's very, very fascinating that I think is one of the main use cases that I absolutely love in the blockchain technology is essentially taking all these products in centralized finance that have been gate kept. Only people with maybe a trust fund or maybe someone who would have never been able to access these things in all these different emerging markets around the world, which typically I'm traveling in, currently here in Poland. But I love all these markets because there's so much opportunity. And I really think this the power of humans all around the world to kind of come together and invest in innovative things is really unbeatable, right? It's kind of an unstoppable force, in my opinion. So that's why I've done this Launchpad ecosystem map series focused all on analyzing all these different launch pads, which I think it might be a bit overwhelming for some. Currently, we've gone through everything from Cardano to Solana to Avalanche to Polygon. This is actually the last one for layer 1 on Ethereum. We've talked about things like TrustSwap. We've talked about PokeStarter, all these different launchpad projects. Lastly, in this series, we will talk about Binance Smart Chain, but the link for every single video we've done on all the launchpads, I know it's a lot, in all the different blockchains is down below in the description. But again, in today's video, we're focusing on Dao Maker. This might be my favorite project in the Ethereum layer 1 blockchain that essentially allows projects to gain access to venture capital funding, but not having to go through all these different things that you have to do in the legacy system, right? So this is very, very powerful. We'll be talking about all this and more in today's video, basically going through the actual Dao Maker token, their Medium articles, their Twitter. By the way, you can stay up to date with them, which I always highly recommend if you're interested in investing in one of these projects. Even if you don't use one of these things, it's very, very important to understand that anything that involves with venture capital, with gaining early access to any of these, you have to understand if they have one of these updates, you really have to kind of be on top of it. So this is them. It's the Dao Maker. Yep. So you can see here, this is the Dao Volts, which is essentially the staking mechanism that they allow people to access. So these are the upcoming ones. And if you're interested in actually participating in any of these, essentially what it comes down to is going on the individual listing and then understanding, for example, here, this is a new one. So Vent Finance, this is one where I've talked with the team. You would actually just go to here to participate, and you can see Vent Finance right here, details, sale size $168,000, allocation is $250, but the actual, these steps to participate here, so you just have to connect wallet. So just like in any decentralized application where you have to connect your wallet, typically it's MetaMask, this comes down to something that's very, very simple, right? So once you have this set up, you can interact with whatever decentralized protocol it is and go from there. So this, you have to do this. You also have to, with this, yes, there is KYC, so you have to complete your user identity verification. You also have to have the minimum of $250 US dollar, so circle US dollar for the pre-funded round. And obviously this is different per the listing, right? So each different listing has different things you have to do to actually participate in it. But with this, like I said, so log in, connect wallet, complete user identification, then you have to have the minimum of $250 in USDC, not very much, especially when you contrast this again with this kind of legacy system with venture capital. And then you have to make sure you have the minimum amount of 500 Dow tokens staked. So keep in mind that would put you right around close to like $750, so under $1,000 still, which is pretty good relative, right? So in kind of the peak of the bull run there, we had a lot of these projects like PokeStarter, like TrustSwap, where if you just wanted to get a minimum allocation, like a guaranteed allocation, it would be over $5,000, right? In some cases, it would be closer to like $10,000, but it's all based on, the pool weights and all these different things. Is a lot of reallocation? Is it a guaranteed allocation? We talk about all those different things throughout the series. Also, near the end of the series, I'll basically be recapping everything, right? So bring it all together because I understand this is a lot of information. Basically, throughout the series, like I said, I was going through each of these individual launchpads. That's essentially laying the groundwork, and then I will add more videos to this playlist, which is called the Launchpad Ecosystem Map Series, again, down below in the description. And with that, I'll be kind of analyzing, okay, doing some of the work for you guys, analyzing, okay, maybe what's the best launchpad in the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, or what's the best one in the Polkadot ecosystem, or Cardano, all these different things. And the last step here is make sure you have a minimum of 500 Dow power tokens, okay? So if we go back here, if we go back here to the home, you can see that they essentially describe themselves as venture capital recreated for the masses. So Dao Maker creates growth technologies and funding frameworks for startups while simultaneously reducing risks for investors. So sitting at $16.2 billion for the market cap of all the companies using their actual governance tech. So I really like what they're doing with governance tech. Maybe I should do another video for that, but this one's really focused just on specifically Launchpad, their Launchpad project, and $43 million raised from market leaders. These are the live and upcoming sales. So again, we talked about how to participate with this event one. It'll probably have already gone off when I post this video, because it will be posted tomorrow on Saturday on the, what is today? Yeah, on the 23rd or 24th. These are all the other upcoming ones. You can see the completed sales and kind of study the past history here. This is the actual pad for them, so nothing too much to say there. Like we said, I did want to show you guys one thing here. So if we go here to learn, down here, where is this? Sorry about that. Thought I had it pulled up. Team, social mining. I apologize. Okay. Man, I thought I had that pulled up. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay, I do have it pulled up. So if we look at this, you can look at things like social mining. So here, for example, social mining allows companies to categorize acquired holders and to further vet, train, and deploy these users as skilled contributors to the ecosystem. This allows community efforts to be automated while simultaneously placing the community in the driving seats. And then if we look at here, you have the D Teams. So D Teams is a social mining on steroids, a direct plugin for companies yearning for rapid progress. I like that. So in streams of influx contribution through the range of different applications and instruments that are at the user's disposals, D Teams reassemble the ideal infrastructure boosts and allow easy monitoring, though it is universally applicable with CRM approach, that's customer relationships management approach. And then lastly, this permissionless toolkit that allows tokenized startups to monitor and grow the secondary market involvement of their users. It is powered by our chain analysis tool, with the addition of new resources that make participation in liquidity mining safer and free of smart contract risks. So that's very, very important. We also here have the roadmap. I always talk about this in the how to do your own research video, which is linked down below in the description, going through, sentimental analysis, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and on-chain analysis. Part of the fundamental analysis, in my personal opinion, is the roadmap, right? So part of analyzing the roadmap is not just what is in the future, but rather studying what, if they actually followed through on the past events. You can use things like the Wayback Machine or just looking at like past tweets. Also, like, okay, what did they promise here in Q1? Did they actually follow through? Did they do these things? Did they accomplish them? Because a lot of projects promise big things, but some of them don't actually follow through. Just look at what's happening, and it's understandable with Ethereum moving to ETH 2.0, right? It's had so many lagging things. Look what's happened with Cardano. I mean, again, they're building something that's massive, right? It has a massive use case. It's going to, I think, benefit the world in a lot of different ways. But you also have to understand, okay, these are all amazing things, yes, but when they make such big promises and don't actually follow through, sometimes this can be something that you should take into part of your analysis, right? So maybe you should price this in and go, hey, maybe I shouldn't invest 100% of my assets. Maybe I should allocate, let's say you're investing $10,000 into one individual thing. You're allocating $10,000 of capital. Maybe you should keep a lot of that in stablecoins and consistently average in instead of just dumping it all in, FOMOing in because you think, oh, number go up. No. Don't think about that. Think about the tiered investment approach. I talk about this in the video, which is also down below in the description, called the global investment approach. So anyways, Q3 of 2021, this is what we're in currently. Margin for DYCOs through the lending pool, fiat on-ramp, venture bonds beta, and then Q4, we have D Teams for equity funded firms. So I'm going to take a little sip of water here and we'll continue on. Whew. All right. So at this point in the video, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, leave me down below in the comment section what questions you have. You can also join our Telegram, like I said, down below in the description, because YouTube sometimes deletes some comments. And then also, like I said, follow us here on Twitter, along with Dao Maker at investglobal_IO. But lastly here, I did want to touch on one of the other important things I personally like to look at beyond Twitter, right? If you're looking for more long-form information on what are the updates with Dao Maker, is look at their Medium articles. So always check out Medium, in my opinion, because you're able to essentially look at, okay, how are they updating people with new things coming to the ecosystem? What's going on with Dao Maker, right? Staying up to date with everything as far as that goes. And then lastly, we have this Dow Tokens. This is the actual Dao Maker token. Keep in mind, you have the Dao Maker token, which is part of the participating, but you also have the Dao Power token. Now, I can make another video just completely on the Dao Maker token and the Dao Power token, looking at tokenomics, but point in today's video was really just to introduce you to this ecosystem. Right now, it's sitting at $1.33. We saw that the market cap is sitting under $50 million. So still relatively low market cap. This is basically at all-time lows, at least since it's been listed on CoinGecko. We saw those highs of around $8.24. And we've retraced back down. So that's basically all for today's video. Again, like I said, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, anything like that, let me know down below in the comments. Join our Telegram group, link down below, just a group of like-minded global investors talking about everything, right? Whether it comes to business, life, anything in general, and also blockchain, right? So that's all for this one. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay up to date. Hit the notification bell and click all. So like, subscribe button, all, invest global, and until next time.